Hey people, I hope you're doing well. I am Makeda Valletta. A lot of you know that. Some of you may not because you may be new to my page. I'm live on my IG page. I will repost it onto my YouTube. Um, sorry, my nose is itching. Sorry about that. I'm in Baltimore. I'm live from Baltimore. Um, the last week I've been in. I drove from Chicago through the Midwest to Ann Arbor and Detroit. Oh, and to DC, and I've been in DC, the DMV area, Maryland, Virginia, and DC, like the past week, and now I am in Baltimore. Everybody's so close to me. Visiting a friend of mine. Now I've been to Baltimore several times before, uh, but my time in Baltimore has always been brief. It's always been in and out. I love the food in Baltimore. Baltimore's always been one of my favorite food cities. Um, But I've come to Baltimore for various reasons over the years, but it's always been brief. And so, and I've heard a lot of people saying a lot of good things about Baltimore, and it's kind of hard for me to believe in some ways. Because every time I'm in Baltimore, I'm by the harbor. Yeah, I'm by the harbor now, uh, and I felt like that's the only part of the city that's nice. And I haven't explored the city, that much more. But I'm just gonna say that I really like Baltimore people. Baltimore is one of my favorite food cities. But it just smells good walking down the street. Like you smell seafood, and it just smells so good. I love Maryland seafood, but definitely Baltimore. And I feel like if you've ever had a Baltimore crab cake, you can never eat a crab cake anywhere else. Okay. Um, and so the people here are extra friendly. I mean, like, I think, in case you don't know, I'm from New York. I'm from Harlem, but I live in Chicago. I travel a lot. And contrary to popular belief, I don't believe that New Yorkers are rude. New Yorkers are real. We mind our business. We believe in boundaries. But I don't believe New Yorkers are rude or unhelpful. However, in Chicago, I feel like no matter what business I go into in Chicago, I get excellent service. Not that I get bad service in New York, but it's just excellent in Chicago. It's terrible in DC. DC is the worst city for service. I don't care what kind of business it is. It's terrible. Like, annoyingly, want to curse somebody out, terrible. Like, not, like, just, yeah. So, Baltimore, just me walking around my friend's neighborhood for the past hour, I have come across some of the most overtly extrovertedly or overt, okay, maybe overt is the word, overtly friendly people and helpful. Like just very friendly, genuinely friendly. Like radiating good energy. Like really radiating good energy. Friendly. The white people and the black people. I just came from Philly this morning. I was in Philly last night. Um, and this morning, hold on. Sorry, I can't, hold on. I need to put my phone down. Mm. Yeah, so I was in Philly yesterday. Do I have advice for losing belly fat? Yes, I do. That's on my page, The Body Scientist. Um, sorry, I'm looking at people walking past my car. Um, what am I trying to say? Yeah, Baltimore. Chicago has me spoiled because if you've never been to Chicago, it's the most beautiful city to me when it comes to architecture. Chicago's flat, so it doesn't have hills. I love hills. And the Midwest sucks. Chicago is dope, but everything around it sucks. But Chicago has the most beautiful architecture I've ever seen at any city I've ever been to. Okay. Uh, Baltimore architecture is okay. It's alright. Um, I need to explore the city more because, like I said, I've been to Baltimore many times, but it was either by the harbor or I was going to work with a photographer in neighborhoods that look like the end of the world. Okay, uh, and a lot of these cities are cities of extremes. You know, New York is not that extreme in that way. Whereas, like, the bad part of Baltimore is really bad. Looks like it's falling apart. You know, um, but I just did this quick video because, you know, I wanted to check in, and I'm smoking this weed that I got in DC. Okay, I want to talk. I'm gonna do a video about DC because DC is like a second home, and I don't think I've ever done a video about DC. I'll be talking for like an hour, so I'm not gonna do it now. But um, DC is like, in case you don't know, it's like 45 minutes away from Baltimore, and I'm here right now. I'm in a graduate program at the University of Maryland, Baltimore, in medical cannabis science and therapeutics, and I'm also each state I'm studying cannabis culture too, because cannabis culture, access to cannabis medicine varies from state to state. And it's very interesting to drive through. You know, here I was in Michigan, through Indiana and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Maryland. I went to Philly, so I was in, you know, went through Delaware where I went to college. And just like the laws and how the culture and everything changes. And that's something that, oh, my nose itching, sorry. That's something I'm going to speak more about in my videos on my other page, The Body Scientist. So if you don't follow me there, be sure to follow me there, okay? And I will get into that. But yeah, like, Baltimore has great food. Definitely one of my favorite food cities. My favorite seafood. I like Baltimore seafood better than New Orleans seafood. That's just me. Um, Baltimore seafood can be very creamy, very good crab. And yeah, so I don't know if there's anything else I need to say, but uh, I love the people here. Genuinely good people. Really, really good people. Whereas DC people can be, you know, kind of pretentious or just weird. Or, you know, like, it's so interesting how cities can be so close but so different. And I don't love Philly, but I'm about to start spending more time there. I have family in Philly. I had family there growing up. But since I've been grown, whenever I'm in Philly, it's also brief. Usually I work with an artist or do some kind of artistic collaboration and I keep it moving. But I'm about to spend more time in Philly. I'm a big city girl, okay? I am a city girl, but I'm a big city girl, meaning I love big cities. But I like small cities too. Like, I love New Orleans. New Orleans is one of my favorite places on earth. But I always call New Orleans a little big city. It's a little city, but it's like a big city. It's like a little big city. Um, but I do love cities. I love walkable cities. I love to just walk down the street, and there's a whole bunch of different, you know, restaurants and businesses that you can go into, and I prefer that. I don't like to be in the car driving all the time. That's why I would not like Houston. You know what I'm saying? That's why I did not like Atlanta. You know, nobody's walking down the street in Atlanta. It looks like the damn Walking Dead. Okay. So I love a nice walkable city. New Orleans is also a very walkable city. And so I'm going to explore Baltimore more, you know. I'm kind of thinking about maybe moving back to the East Coast because, you know, I love Chicago. And again, if you haven't been to Chicago, you must go and you must explore it. And if you want to know what areas to see in Chicago, I love Chicago so much, I'm thinking about giving tours in Chicago, okay? Um, but all my family is on the East Coast. I have family in New York, in New Jersey, in Pennsylvania, in Maryland, in Virginia, in Georgia, in Florida, like all the states, okay? From New York South. And everybody's getting older, and I like their ability. And all my friends, most of my friends are in the DMV area. Okay, so you know, I feel like if I come back to the East Coast, I'll be around more of my friends and my family, and people are getting older. You know, so but I just love how I live in Chicago. So it's like this conflict. And when I think about moving back to the East Coast, and I'm like, well, where would I move? Like the DC area is pretty expensive, and to me, it's not worth the money at all. Like, and again, after being in Chicago, it has spoiled me. I love New York. That's my home. I go back to New York. See, I've been living in Chicago for 6 years, and I have gone back to New York every single month. Okay, and now like the